How will the next war begin? With a bomb? With a missile? No, with a single keystroke. That's exactly what Leave the World Behind is about. A cyber attack scenario. And yes, it's absolutely possible. On one side, you have Barack Obama listed among the producers. On the other, Mark Zuckerberg's doomsday bunker. Sounds unrelated? We're going to connect all of it. Our main character, Amanda, suddenly decides on a Sunday to take her family on a vacation. Once they pack up and hit the road, they literally leave the world behind. The house they stay in, the car they drive, everything is blue. That's not a random choice. The luxury home they rent is in Point Comfort, a place that doesn't actually exist on Long Island. During the trip, everyone is in their own bubble, staying inside their personal comfort zones. When they arrive, they love the house and feel happy. Another comfort point where they can relax, even if it's just for a few days. But just as you start wondering how long this family's happiness will last, we see a man loading up on water and canned food at a market marked with a blue comfort sign. When they return home, problems with the internet begin. As the family's daughter Rose is watching the final episode of Friends, the internet suddenly cuts out. Hoping to relax, they go to the beach, only to see an oil tanker speeding straight toward them and crashing into the shore. Shaken, they head back home to look into the accident, but neither the internet nor the TV is working. While Amanda watches her kids in the pool, she notices deer in the backyard. Deer that even appear on the film's poster. Clay says seeing deer brings good luck. Let's see if it does. Late that night, as Amanda and Clay are playing Jenga, there's a knock at the door. Two strangers are standing there, G, H, and Ruth. They say the power went out at their home in the city, and because of issues with their daughter, they were forced to return. We should also pay close attention to the ocean photo in the bedroom. Its colors and artwork each carry different meanings, and we'll break them all down one by one. Amanda doesn't trust the man at all. From their clothes and their taste, it's obvious that this family comes from a much higher social class. The moment Clay decides to believe him and agrees to let them stay for the night, the carefully built Jenga tower suddenly collapses. In just a few seconds, that scene tells us the core of the story, the fragility of our civilization. The family's rising happiness has come to a stop, and now it's starting to fall. When Amanda wakes up in the morning, she sees 4 news alerts on her phone. One of them claims that everything happening is the result of cyber attacks. Rose then notices an even larger group of deer in the backyard. What luck! If you're also into these kinds of movies and enjoy the details, you can subscribe and check out the other videos as well. As Clay tries to head into the city to gather information, he gets lost because the navigation system isn't working. Then a drone approaches him, dropping something, and he panics and runs. We soon realize the objects being dropped are flyers written in Arabic. Meanwhile, GH goes to check on his neighbor and finds the house completely destroyed. When he reaches the beach, the situation is even worse. While examining the wreckage of a crashed plane, he barely escapes another aircraft coming straight at him. What they're experiencing now feels like 9/11, but with no one around. Rose, however, is fixated on the deer. She convinces Archie to follow them, and they come across a small cabin. In rural areas where deer pass through, ticks are common, and Archie ends up getting bitten. As GH explains to Amanda what's really happening, they're suddenly hit by a piercing, ear-splitting sound. Amanda asks about the man who had been stockpiling supplies in the house. It turns out he was the contractor who renovated the place, someone cautious, obsessed with doomsday scenarios, the kind of person wealthy and prepared enough to build an underground bunker in Hawaii, like Mark Zuckerberg. Archie translates the Arabic text on the flyers, saying he's seen it in a video game before. It means, "Death to America." As everything spirals further out of control, the family decides to head to a safer place, Amanda's sister's house. When they hit the road, what they see is shocking. Every road is blocked, and every car is a white Tesla. What do they all have in common? Autopilot. Each car has been hacked, locking down all the roads. Once Amanda realizes this, She barely manages to save her family, but in the end, they're forced to turn back. After the herd of deer, we encounter a flock of flamingos. The ear-splitting sound wave hits again. The next morning, Rose has disappeared, and Archie's teeth begin to fall out. The family starts to fall apart, like a Jenga tower collapsing. While the mother and Ruth go out searching for Rose, the father and GH take Archie to the man they saw at the market, Danny. Danny explains that the reason Archie's teeth are falling out is radiation, and that the weapon being used is a microwave weapon. GH shares his theory. A coup has taken place in the United States, with powerful elites fueling chaos and pushing the country towards civil war because it's the lowest cost strategy. Meanwhile, as Ruth searches for her daughter, she witnesses New York being bombed. Rose, following the deer, wanders into the mysterious house she had seen earlier, and inside, she finds a fully equipped Zuckerberg-style bunker. As the bunker's emergency system confirms what's happening outside, does Rose try to contact the others and ask for help? No. She sits down in front of a TV packed with movies and shows, and finally finds the Friends episode she was never able to finish. She opens the final episode, the last one, and starts watching, truly leaving the world behind. What's happening outside no longer matters to her, just like us. While wars break out and planes fall from the sky, we come home, turn on a show, and watch, doing nothing. That, for us, is a comfort zone, just like it is for Rose. She's the one who noticed the ship washing ashore, the deer in the backyard. With her NASA t-shirt, she's a sharp observer. When it comes to colours, we see blue for nearly the first half of the film. The rooms in the house, the car, the market, the ocean, the pool, the sky. Blue represents stability and our comfort zone. Red, on the other hand, shows up more in the second half, symbolizing the exit from that comfort, danger, and the unknown. And did you notice it? For just a second, there's a QR code embedded inside the map in the film. When you scan that code, it takes you to a website showing an abandoned amusement park, also known as a cursed place. We mentioned the painting in the bedroom earlier. The size of the wave in that image grows in proportion to the level of chaos. By the end, it becomes taller than a human. The microwave sound we hear in the film has a real-world parallel. It actually happened in Cuba and is recorded as Havana Syndrome. In the end, when people can't identify a clear enemy in an environment like this, they turn on each other. A country doesn't need a visible enemy or an open war to be destroyed. An internal collapse, a civil war, is enough. If something like this was real, at what point would you notice? Or would you still be trying to finish the last episode of your favorite show?